Hi, my name is Lacey, and today I'll be doing a presentation on the how-tos of building partnership with families. How interventionists take time to get to know the family. What is early intervention? It is a support and educational service for children and their families from birth to school age. What is the role of an interventionist? It is to offer the family information, support, and encouragement. Early childhood special educators see the child, not the disability. They also teach this method to families and communities. Early interventionists, when doing the assessment, they want the family to be involved because the parents or guardians are the most involved in the child's life and will be able to point out any strengths or weaknesses and be able to tell the interventionist about any daily routines so that they could add in learning opportunities for the child. The interventionist does not do a formal assessment on the family, but does more of a encourage to share information on a voluntary basis. This way, the family can offer any areas that they are concerned with and need more details. By having the parents share, they are beginning to build the partnership, which is very important for the child's success. By building a partnership with families, the interventionist is also showing that they want what the parent or guardian wants. By having the family feel welcome and involved, it also opens the door for the interventionist to gather information like the demographics of the household and who all is involved in a child's life. They will also see if the family is below poverty level, which could affect research limitations. If any family members are diagnosed with disabilities, and more importantly, if there is any traditional or cultural beliefs that may affect the intervention process. The interventionist needs to explain how this is like an extended family and they want both the child and the family to succeed. Families are actively included in the planning and decision making. In 1975, Public Law 94-142 formalized parents' participation in the educational planning process of school-age children. When working with parents, professionals need to remember the basic needs. First, parents want to be identified as caring and intelligent parents. Secondly, parents want to make sure they are receiving the best and most updated information, whether it's about services or their child. And lastly, they want the urgent guidance in what to do in the immediate now. No one knows the child better than the parents or guardian. They are the ones that see and understand the child's physical and social development as well as the family history. Families or guardians are the ones that work most closely than any other adult involved. Even though the child may be receiving help from other professionals, it is the parents that work side by side with them throughout the learning activities. Parents are the ones that see the learning activities outside the intervention. It is important that parents or guardians is involved in the individual family service plan, also known as IFSP, later on in the individual educational plan, also known as IEP. Because they are the child's advocate, they are the ones that see the strengths and weaknesses and know the child's background and develop process. They have been with the child since step 1 of the process and will continue to be with them throughout their lives. They have one of the most important roles in the IFSP or IEP because no one wants them to succeed more than the parents or guardians themselves. Services and support are developed for the whole family. Family support is a set of strategies for the family to get the help and information that is needed. By having a good support system and receiving services, the family can get the help needed to deal with the following emotions: disbelief, denial, any anger or resentment, depression, as well as guilt. By having the tools needed, the family will be able to be a positive role model for the child with special needs. Not all support services are for the parents or the child with special needs. There are services for siblings as well because they need support and information. Younger siblings may think that they can catch the disease or that they might have caused it. School-age siblings may have questions like, why is my sibling different than my friends? Or why does my sibling go to a different school? Older siblings may need more information and want to be in the loop of things to help their siblings as well as the parents. Siblings can go through the same emotions as listed before, however, they can also feel jealousy or neglected because their sibling with special needs is getting more attention, but then later on may feel guilty for having these emotions. So it is important that they have some kind of outlet and some kind of reassurance that this is normal and that they are not the only ones feeling this way. There's also services for grandparents too. Grandparents grieve, and they also grieve twice as much because not only are they grieving for their grandchild with special needs, they're also grieving for their child. Grandparents want to get involved so that they can relieve stress off the family. So not only is parents and child with special needs affected, it's a whole family. Therefore, there needs to be services and support for everyone, and the interventionist should have a list of local services available for the family. Professional partnership with families. Speech language pathologists help with language abilities. Physical therapist works in building muscle control and movement. Occupational therapists help to develop daily living activities. Nurses, flexible home-based service for child. Doctors, evaluation, diagnosis, and provide resources for areas of improvement. Role of a child with disability. There is a list of 13 categories under the Individual Disability Education Act, also known as IDEA. They are specific learning disability, other health impairment, autism, emotional disturbance, speech or language impairment, visual impairment including blindness, deafness, hearing impairment, deafblindness, orthopedic impairment, intellectual disability, and traumatic brain injury, and multiple disabilities. No two children are the same. That also goes for children with special needs. Even though two may be diagnosed with the same disability, they still function differently. Most people think children with special needs have a low IQ, when research has shown that most have average, if not higher, IQs. The role of the child is to know as much as they can about their disability and to not let anyone or their disability limit them. If they see something they want, they should go for it. If it does not work the first time, they need to take a step back, reevaluate themselves, the situation, and go for it again. Anything is possible if they just believe.